Hey, welcome along to Behind the Bar podcast. I'm your host, Ross Thompson. I've got 3 gyms across the northeast of England and an online global program called the Barbell Club, where we can take you from complete beginner to photo shoot ready. So these podcasts, I have myself, my coaches on here, and my clients and other guests as well. I want to share all of their experiences, their results, their struggles throughout their fitness journey, showing how easy it can be when implementing the strategies what we have in place. At the end of the day, we all want a balanced life, and this is what it's all about. So I'm on here, the coach is on here to show you how it can be done, and obviously straight from the client's mouths as well. So on today's show, we have Steve Hanna. So Steve is a bit of a unique case, really. He got in touch with us last year, and then again, like just around Christmas time, I wanted to jump on our online program, weightlifting. He is from more of a cardio style background. He's done like ultra marathons, Ironmans, the lot. He has done like some serious endurance races and wanted to get in shape. He knew one of the clients, he knew what we were all about. He jumped straight in with us, and he's now a coach with us at our Sunderland unit. He's done really well. He came in, he'd come to one of our community events, won that, and now he is just cracking on with a photo shoot. I mean, what's the date today? I think he'll have already actually done his photo shoot by the time this comes out, but this was just the week before, a few days before he was due for the photo shoot. So he's going to talk about his journey and the transition over to weightlifting, and now how he's actually helping out our strength training clients in Sunderland. Really good conversation, absolutely top bloke. So yeah, enjoy the show. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. You know the drill. Ready?
Yeah, ready? Good.
Do you like them?
Yes, got like a
Have you
good
got
gadget.
one?
No.
It's called a productivity timer. So you just spin it to like...
Whatever time you want.
Yeah. It's basically an expensive egg timer.
I was going to say, yeah. Or just a stopwatch on your phone.
Right then, who is Steve Hanna?
34, husband, dad, daughter, 4-year-old. Well, turning 4 on the 11th of April. Work in schools, secondary schools, for the last sort of 10 years. About 10, 11 years. Before that, worked like corporate. Local here, grew up in Newcastle, met my wife when she was at Newcastle Uni, and then moved down to sunny Hartlepool, and then been down this neck of the woods ever since, really, and now live like Durham way.
Sweet. And now a coach with us at the Barbell Club.
Yeah,
we'll get into that one. Yeah. That's question 3.
Don't jump ahead.
Right then, your journey into fitness. So you've come from like a endurance training background.
Yeah.
Like obviously, what made you switch to weightlifting? I know you haven't completely switched to weightlifting, but like, what's made you switch to weightlifting, and how has that transition been for you?
So I've always kind of been involved in sports. From being a kid, really, like rugby, played a bit of football, like not very well, but always involved in different elements of sport. And then joined the gym when on my 16th birthday. I was like quite podgy, really, before I grew. So I'm quite tall now, and started like kind of training, and then there was no real goal. So then I ended up. I've got a really good friend through Cramlington, and I used to do something for charity like each year, so I'd done like a Tough Mudder and little things like that, and it was always on my own. And he said, you need to do like a triathlon, you'll absolutely love it. And I was like, well, can't really swim, don't like any of that. So eventually done one. I'd done the Hartlepool one, and I was second last. And me and a guy actually done a sprint finish for last place, and luckily I wasn't fully last one out the water. It was like horrendous. And he said, you need to join a club, you need to get into a community. So then I did, and then I'd done that for years, and then I aimed for like different goals and done them, which we can chat about. But then I've got like I suppose, a bit better at that. There's kind of a limit of what my body can sustain, so I can do loads of volume, and my endurance was going up. I was doing quite a lot of hours, but I wasn't necessarily getting to that kind of next step, and I started implementing strength training, but because I hadn't done it for so long, it was like starting from basics, and when I was doing all right at my other stuff, I kind of needed somewhere or someone to go, this is exactly what you need to do, be accountable, so that I would do it and I would sustain it and keep going through with it, just to get to that level where I could get back into it and start feeling kind of positive about it, rather than just being really weak and aching all the time. So I kind of moved back into it to get better at endurance, but also just to try and feel a bit healthier and a bit stronger, like just doing general day-to-day things. If you've got to do jobs on the house, or like dig the garden up, or move some furniture or something, you want to be able to just kind of just do it and be all right, So just general sort of health and well-being as well, just to kind of cross over for both.
Be big fucking and strong, like a bloke.
Yeah, you're proper gadget. Just have that all round, just rather than just being good at or focus on just one thing, one element of it. Like if someone says, do you fancy doing this in a couple of weeks? Like, you want to be able to just have a general good base where you can go, that'll be a good laugh, and we'll go and try that or try this, rather than thinking, although they think I'm really fit or I do loads of training, I need like 6 months to be able to get myself ready to even just give it a go,
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, like, if that was your sport, you're going to be just focused on one thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like you need to do, I mean, yes, the others do complement a little bit, but if you're, whatever, like say your old coach for your triathlon stuff, like if they're telling you to do X, Y, Z, like you're going to do it, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I was never good. The reason why I got into endurance was I was so bad at it. Like I was really, really bad at it. I always remember like 3 mile was absolute torture, and that's what I always worked towards, to try and do 3 miles in 30 minutes. And that's kind of like when I moved to Hartlepool in like 2010, and I was just really, really bad at it, and it was kind of embarrassing because we went to the gym and you done things and everyone was like, well, you can't even like run to the shop if you want to, you know what I mean? So then I ended up getting into that because I wasn't very good. So it's just having someone to go, do this, this and this, and I'll just do it, and it's less thinking time. It's just more time to actually train, because I enjoy the process of actually training. Yeah. Necessarily more than the actual events, really. They're just like a byproduct of it, to enjoy it and showcase what you've done, but enjoy the process now that you've been doing it for so long.
So you're enjoying the process of weights, I suppose?
Yeah, and you can, it doesn't need to be as boring as some people kind of make out, or going to the gym, and I don't, luckily I'm like, the process of going training and going to the gym isn't necessarily a daunting one for me. So I don't mind going, and I don't think what are people looking at me not lifting heavy. Like, I know what my capabilities are, and I know what I'm training for.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And luckily, just because I've done things for quite a while, like I don't have that anxiety as quite a few do. So it's just, I've enjoyed like watching the process and obviously seeing things progress. And one of the big goals was to actually drop me weight, which is, I know I needed when I was running sort of 10, 12 hours a week, and everyone says cardio, and I wasn't losing any weight, and I knew that I'd just need to build like the lean muscle up.
I think when me and you had a conversation, I think might be the first time round, like you were saying all the things what you were doing, you said, but my physique doesn't represent what because I'll tell people I can do, I don't know, half marathon, I can do this and this, and it's like they look at us and my physique's like fucking you bullshit.
And everyone's like, oh, you're not a runner. I'm like, I've just ran 100k in less than 16 hours, like through the night. I haven't slept. Like I am a runner. Like so it's not like for an extrinsic. I'm not extrinsically motivated, but it's nice now and then for people to not think you're bullshitting that you're going to actually do something. Do you know what I mean? And it's nice to, I suppose, look good and feel good. And that's kind of like the final element of, I feel the fittest I've ever felt. now I'm starting to feel really strong, and ultimately I'm starting to feel happy about what it looks like from the external side, which was kind of like the final element of it, which is important.
It is. Like at the end of the day, like as much as we probably don't like to talk about like that it's that it's vanity as well.
Yeah.
Vanity's a fucking big thing because you feel good. If you look good, you fucking feel good. You feel more confident, and that confidence just drip feeds into everyday life, into fucking every element of life. If you feel like you've getting in shape, you've dropped 10 kilos, say something like that. You go out, you buy a new suit, fucking get your hair cut, fucking I feel fucking mint.
Yeah, and that's the element. And one big part of it was when we had our daughter and stuff, and being like, you see how much your atmosphere and how you feel, like the sense it so much in little things, like just your general confidence in day to day and how you're about in the house and how you are out in public, and like they totally get that vibe. And so it was really important that I started feeling a lot more confident and happy about who I am, and I'm not thinking about what people are looking at, or you're on holiday and things like that, that it then portrays over into like my family life, which it does. Like, you don't think it kind of does, but it does, and that's where I've seen like a big change in what I was trying to do as well.
It even comes down to like photos on holiday. Like we always like talk about that, because it's like literally it's just like the head.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're in the pool with your kid or whatever else, you want to take some of them family pictures.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like you're sort of missing out because of not feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
And then to feel good about yourself, you've got to get in fucking shape.
Yeah, that's it. And just like, I think it allows you to just focus a little bit more on being there and being present.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same as, I suppose, if like now, like the thing is having no phone on you. So if you're sat thinking, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for like, and you're concentrating on that and what's coming through, or people commenting on this or doing this. Whereas if you just don't have it with you at all and it's eliminated, you're not thinking about it. And it's the same as if you're out and about, and like you say, just for example, you're in the pool, you're on holiday, and you're not even thinking, is anyone even like looking at me, or you feel dead confident, like you're just there, you're just present, and that's really good.
And you know the mad thing is though, right, no matter if you're in shape or you're not in shape, no one's even looking at you.
No one gives a shit. It's only you. It's only you. Like my wife says it all the time. Like, no one even knows that you are there, or like just like be confident.
Yeah, it's fucking mad, isn't it? It's like the only person who cares about it is you. Like everyone else, like honestly, like I've got 3 kids, so it's like we tend to go like somewhere like a Gran Canaria or something where it's all inclusive, so they can just do whatever they want. And like I might drop a few pounds or something like that for that, like to feel good round the pool. And then you've got fucking people bringing out fucking 2 trays worth of fucking pints as soon as that 10 o'clock hits. Fucking breakfast table, like the buffet, like fucking loads, and it's like tops off and that, and it's like they didn't give a shit. But we give a shit about ourselves internally, and it's like, I mean, we could talk about this for a canny bit, couldn't we? Because we could then it comes down to, but then as long as you're sort of free in your head, then you are free to enjoy the time with everything else, isn't it?
Yeah, and like, I'm genuinely not bothered about what people, which is really, really what kind of, it's like a big contradiction, because I genuinely going to give a shit about other people or what they think about anything. Like, I'm really happy, and like I'm lucky that I'm really happy with my life and all of that element of it. But when it comes to kind of the training thing, like I always compare myself to people who are just way better than us, or their life is just so different, and I'm like, how are they that level? And part of it like totally motivates me, but then I've got to like always kind of check it in, and just make sure that it's comparable. And I suppose that's been a little bit more evident when I've started going back to public gyms, because I've trained on my own and at home and stuff for like years and years. So I've never and I'm not like big on online and things like that. So I've never I don't know who to compare to. Like, you don't know what your level's at, or nothing like that. And then all of a sudden you start going to events and you start like training with a few people, and you think, oh, actually, like I'm all right. Like, stop
you
being
are.
Hard, stop
You
being hard
actually are. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Which is quite good and quite a shock at times. So it's just like different levels of motivators, but I don't care. But then if I don't give it any thought and I don't do those, like tick off those goals for me or those sense of achievements, I feel as though I'm underperforming and I'm missing something. Like I'm not fully achieving what I'm capable of achieving.
Yeah.
And then it kind of eats away at us a little bit, and then that then carries over into other elements of my life. So if I do those things, I kind of tick them off, and I'm like, right. And it's about getting balance. It is. Then I'm a better person elsewhere in my life. So over time I've found what our balance is, rather than putting too much energy into one or the other, and it just makes us like a better and happier person, I suppose. Over time,
Yeah. Mint, love it. Photo shoot experience. You're just 1 week out from your first photo shoot with us, like our first photo shoot in general.
Life,
how are you feeling mentally and physically?
Like really good. I think like Dan from Concert, I've done it all online with him, and he's been absolutely class. I was just messaging Sarah the other day because I was just sorting out some of the coaching things, and I just said, like, genuinely, like Dan has been absolutely mint. Like he really has. Should be really kind of proud of how he portrays, because the online stuff is so different. Being an online coach to being like someone who you see in person. And I've had, like with me training in terms of running and cycling and things like that, I've had a couple of really bad coaches, and I've had like more recently like Martha, who was my run coach, like really, really good coaches. And it's not about here's a workout, go and do it. I feel really accountable to him. So I know everything he's going to tell us to do, which is that's the annoying thing. I know everything he's going to tell us to do, and he could probably say to me, "What do you think I'm going to tell you this week?" And I could probably write down what he's going to say.
Yeah.
But just knowing that he usually messages on his Thursday morning, just to make sure I'm on track, and then I speak to him obviously on a Monday, and just knowing that he's kind of lurking in the background, just has kept me on track. And I have learned other things from him as well, because it's what he's doing day in and day out. So all the way through that process has been great. Obviously these last couple of weeks, you do things kind of that you wouldn't maintain like all year round. So it's been quite new and quite different. Like obviously you've had quite a big calorie drop. And then now today, with the water.
You haven't experienced this week yet, have you?
I've done like short water cuts before, like years ago. But I've not done the full week, but I'm really quite looking forward to that, because
it's a change, isn't it?
It's a change. It's something new. It's something I've got to concentrate on, and I've got to be really conscious of. So every day, I like to have to think about what's tomorrow, like getting my clothes out, getting my kit out, getting my food sorted. Like I like faffing about. I like doing all of that. So I've got a lot to concentrate on. I think this week's going to be tough, but again, it's a week. Like
exactly.
And when I think about the photo shoot, like I have those moments of, like, say I'll wake up. It was the other day, man, when you were lurking in the back of the RT app. I didn't even know you could see it, and then you said a thing saying "sexy." I was like, little cheeky fucker. He's like peeking around the corner. I didn't even know you were there.
So on that, so basically, so within our app, I've got a news feed.
Right, okay.
So every time people put photos, every time people put body weight, every time people track anything, I can actually see this feed coming in.
Okay.
So it's like, but I do, like, say for the people who's on the shred now, I will be checking in on you. Yeah.
So I'd like kind of, I suppose that vanity side of it is totally new for me. So I'd walk up, and I always do. Usually I'm going to Sunderland for 6, and I sometimes do my cardio before, so I'm up at like 4:15.
Yeah.
So I'll not be taking any photos or anything like that in the morning. So it was the other morning I'd done my cardio on the night, so I got a photo, and I'd walk up, and I was like you know, when you didn't have a heavy meal the night before, and it just felt pretty good. So like that moment there, I was like, fucking photo shoot, let's go. Like, really look forward to it. And then I think about 3 hours later, and we're talking in the group, I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to like get my kit off, get in front of a proper camera. So then it goes up and down in terms of thinking about the actual day. However, it's what's kept us on track, and it's something totally new, something quite nervous, quite like, it doesn't. I've got a good friend who I do a lot of. I've done a lot of stuff for before, and mainly on the endurance side. But he's like, if you're not thinking, there's a high possibility I could fail at this, but I could achieve it if I do absolutely everything. But I could fail at it, and you're shitting yourself, then there's no point in doing it.
Right.
So
okay.
That's when I'd said at the start of the year, when I'd signed up, I was like, right, I'm going to not book anything else. This is going to be the main focus. And that's exactly what it's like. I'm thinking there was a possibility that I could turn up not very good. So I'm going to have to do everything and totally shit myself as well to the same element. However, the group's really good, and everyone's in the same everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's at the same level. You know, it's not turning up to a bodybuilding show where everyone's been doing it for years.
Yeah,
and,
you're not getting judged.
It's just, let's just have a bit of crack. And so I'm thinking, right, I'm just going to come in and just go for it, like, and just make the most out of it.
It's honestly on the day you'll be fine. And it's always a canny thing to work towards. And as you've seen, the people who we work with, we're not like getting stage ready. We like, I only like to take people like the everyday person where they can get to without, like, I know the last 13 weeks, 12 weeks has been like quite tough.
Yeah.
But it's not fucking stage ready tough. It's not like I'm making you sit on a bike for 2 hours before work. Do you know what I mean? Because that's when it gets extreme. And like, obviously I never want to drop people's calories like below a certain amount. And even Luke, camera guy, he was telling us, like, one of his shows, like, he was on like 1,200 calories on some of them, and he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Like, I think when he actually got to stage, he was like 100 kilos. So he's not. Crazy,
you know. and I suppose it's got to be, like we said before, it's about the balance, and you need to get something out of it that complements your life, and that it doesn't give me enough to allow other areas of my life to slip. I want to feel good, and I want to look good and be in good shape, because I say it every year. I wish I had just got in slightly better shape. But I haven't got the interest in like that next element. It doesn't interest me. But for those that do, like, I mean, all be a credit, because the bit that I find hard about this is it's not the training, because the training's like an hour. Or even
you
if
enjoy training as well, that's the thing.
Even if you do a couple of training sessions, all you've got to do is be motivated and driven for an hour and think, right, I'm in here now, I've took time out of my day, I'm just going to go for it. But the other elements of it is the other 15 hours that you're awake, 16 hours that you're awake. It's like your food's got to, so you've got to like be motivated and on track all of the time that you're awake. So that's the bit that I think I want to take the most out of it, because now it's just habitual, and it's just allowed me to get to a half decent spot where I could probably maintain like a lot of the habits without kind of falling off the wagon as such.
But we are looking looking forward to a big meal.
Just like nothing big. Like, I'm really bad sweet
like
tooth.
a Sunday's dinner.
I love a dinner. But like, I've not during it, like, I kind of eat the same things, similar to you. Like, I like it quick, I like it easy. I'm not a big kind of sauce and flavour guy. I'm not bothered. Like, it's kind of just fuel, and then that's I keep it pretty as low as I can throughout the day, so that when I'm with my daughter and the family meal, I'm not eating too different. Like, say if we have a pasta dish, I'll cook the meat separate, and then I'll have that with like salad and maybe some rice, or only a really small portion, because I don't want it to be a thing. You know what I mean, around the family. But I just want to, you know, if we're out and about and we go, oh, should we grab this for our tea, and I'm not thinking, oh no, like, like I've got chicken in my bag, like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I do, but my wife's great and she understands it all. So I've got like a good balance. So it's just nice to like, you know, when you just sit, we were saying it this morning with Johnny, like when you finish after a meal and go, oh, I'm really satiated. I haven't had that feeling in a long time.
Yeah.
So which is good, because that was probably my problem, not necessarily what I ate, but the volume. Like I can put some scran away.
Yeah, you're a big lad.
Yeah. And when that was the problem with the cardio balance. Like I'd go out, me and my best pal would go out every Sunday morning. Tends to be about 3 hours. And I'd do like 3,500 calories burned during then, and I'd come back and then I'd be like, right, first breakfast, and then like throughout the day you'd obviously be trying to replenish yourself, and then before long you'd still wake up on Monday and go, oh, I'm still, and you'd start like backfilling and then you've overdone it, and it's just simple maths, isn't it? So it'll be nice to just be a little, like, you know, 20% of the time just be a bit chill about it.
Basically eat what you're eating now, but enjoy a good meal out.
And that's all we do. Like probably like once on a weekend, we get something when we're out, just so we're not cooking. And it's, we don't like really dirty takeaway food, really. But obviously, things are just a lot more calorie dense and they're cooked in a bit more oil and this and that. So it'll just be nice to just do all of that and have like really clean about 80% of the time. So the drops are just slightly less, but over a longer period of time.
Balance.
Yeah, balance. That magic word.
From member to coach, you've gone obviously been a member on the app with Dan, joining the team. Was this always the plan, or did something along the way make you think this is what I want to do?
No, not really. I suppose, like, I've been thinking that myself, like, subconsciously, was that what I was doing? I don't think so, in the sense of...
We live far apart, so it's not like, do you know what I mean? It's not the gyms are close to you.
No. However, like, I wouldn't want to just coach anywhere. Like, I wasn't chasing to just start coaching, because obviously I'd done that years ago, and then I've always continued with, like, my own coaching and things like that in terms of... certs and things like that, just for my own whatever I was into.
Interests.
I've not tried to go and coach anywhere, but once I got into the app, understanding, coming to the Saturdays, understanding kind of the system and the ethos and the plan of what this place is and who it's for and what people are getting out of it, then
and probably come to the Saturdays as well.
That made us start rethinking a little bit and thinking, no, like that's a really good model. Like, I really, I'd love to be part of it in some way, like after this process. And then I think timing wise, it all kind of came about. Like, you were looking for someone, and I thought, and then we started chatting, and then kind of went from there and just dipping the toes in.
I think you started the next week, didn't you?
In fact, that's the thing. I think when we first spoke, you were like, oh, it was just a phone call, and then like then we set up, and I was like, if I'm at that point, I've already kind of gone through that thought process before and weighed everything up and thinking. So when like we started talking and stuff, and I was thinking, oh well, I've already had that was in the back of my head as well when you put it out, and then we started chatting. It doesn't take long for me to think, right, we'll go with that. So then dip the toes in at Sunderland, and over at Sunderland on a morning, which I'm really, really enjoying, and it's I get to work and I've my normal job, and I've done something. I feel like I've really achieved something before the day's even started, and it's a good squad over there that they're doing really well.
So who's your favourite client? We had the conversation before this, and he didn't say anybody. I always try and catch the coaches out with that one, and even Matty's still there. Even Matty was saying, "Do not answer it." Commitment and resilience. Fitness is often more mental than physical. How has this journey tested your commitment and resilience, and what have you learned about yourself?
It's funny, because like I think we're in like a David Goggins era, aren't we? where
If you follow David Goggins,
Aye.
that's the difference.
So, like,
most of these people who's the fuck's he?
Yeah, yeah.
Like we know him, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. It needs to be really, really, and like some of my pals and work and stuff like that. Take
Well,
the piss
definitely
out of
your
me.
bubble.
Yeah,
endurance
like,
people. Yeah.
why do you have to make it hard? And they're like, oh. If I go
David
to do
said.
something, and they're like, "Oh, Hannah won't do that. You'll do that whilst walking on nails. Like it's not hard enough." And I'm like, "All right, yeah, whatever." But like, it's not difficult. It's hard, but it's not difficult. Like it's not complex. It's not. It doesn't take a lot of brain power.
You're getting told what to do.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's not difficult. So if you just do it, then like I always just feel better, and I do. And I think if I just do it, then and it doesn't work, I'll go, well, why didn't it work? You said it would work. If I don't, then I can't really call anyone out on it, can I? And and that's ultimately what I want, because then I get what I want. So like the commitment for me is just organisation. Like and to be fair, like in terms of commitment to training, one thing I did do a while ago, because I kind of struggled with that pull of like guilt of coming away from the family and training and doing events and different things. And when I say I do events, it's like once or twice a year, but it might be an overnight thing. So like once or twice a year, I'll go away and like other people, different life, different family. They'll go away for weekends quite often, but we like to spend all of our time together.
Yeah,
like we
same
really do.
Sarah, yeah.
So I got to a point where like they were fine. If they were like, if that's what you want to do and you're getting stuff out of it, like go and do your training. But then I was come back and I was annoyed that I was missing things. And it's not even big things. It was like just having breakfast in the morning. But those are important, because during the week I don't, because we go to work.
Yes.
So then, like everything's about, so then there's like two eras of what I'd seen of like your David Goggins era, of where everything's just got to be really fucking hard, and if it's not, then what you're sitting down for, like you should be out suffering. Like, and we can all do that, yeah, but also we all want different balances.
There's a lifespan on that, isn't there?
Exactly. Of course there is. And then the other part of it was kind of like, it's for me kids. Like, and I know that Frankie does not care whether I run a sub 25k or a 21-minute 5k, or if I finished the race or if I didn't finish the race. Like, she doesn't care less.
Yeah.
Like, I can come in and she'd just ask me to play with a Lego. Like, she's just not bothered. So then I got to the point where I was like, right, well, it's either it is a selfish thing, like, and be all right with that.
Yeah.
So I totally changed my mindset on that quite a bit, like earlier in the year, and kind of the back end of last year. Of, it's totally selfish. That's fine. Come to terms with it. So make it less selfish where possible. So I train, which is why I went online. Like I made it so that it didn't have the impact that it does.
Yeah.
That it could. So I train late at night, or I train on a morning on the days when it's family time. Like on a weekend, we are always finished by 9 o'clock. Like my daughter likes to sleep in, so but she gets up now. Like, to be fair, so Lucy will have Frankie for a little bit on the morning. Then on a Sunday, I meet my best pal Mark. We've done it. I think we've probably missed about 3 or 4 weekends in like 2 years, aside holidays. And if we've got a 3-hour run to do, we meet at 6. If we've got a 4-hour run to do, we meet at 5. We eat in an hour time rather than theirs. If we're travelling somewhere to go and train or race, we leave on the day of at like 3 o'clock in the morning, rather than going camping the night before and doing all of that. And we've just, like, he's got 2 kids, and we've just come to the conclusion that, like, we do really want to do those things because we enjoy them, and it's important for us about other areas of life, that you do the things that you want to do. So rather than having this pull, because then it made it more difficult for them, because then I was angry that I'd missed that, and it's not their fault, I kind of just changed that mindset, that it's not for me kids, it's not for me family. It's a byproduct, yes it is, but it is for me. So, and you're allowed. And that's okay. So program it so that it is for me, and I take it out of my time, and I don't go out and do other social things, or I don't arrange to meet pals. If I'm arranged to meet someone for a coffee or catch up with someone, it's usually someone who I train with, so we'll go for a run and we'll have a little bit catch up or things like that, rather than, oh, well, I now need to go, I want to see my mates as well, or I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, I get that balance in it, and that's what, that organisation is what allows the commitment to continue in just general day-to-day organisation of, like, it looks like I'm moving house half the time when you're going out in the morning, because I'll go and train, then I'll go and coach, then I'm going to work, and then I'm coming home. So I've got like 3 outfits with a suit with his stuff to coach in, but then I'm also going to train, so then I need to get changed out of them and need a wash bag. Just things like that. So it's just working back over and thinking, right, it's for me, so stop trying to tell yourself otherwise, and just get organised, and it just allows me to be committed and thinking, right, well, just give it a really, really good go and see what happens. And if you're not happy with it, then don't continue with it. If you're happy with what you're getting out of it, then continue with it, because then you're only going to get more out of it. And that's kind of what I've been doing.
Yeah, we don't be quitting coaching on us yet.
Oh no, I'm not moving out. No, I really enjoy the time in the morning, to be fair.
The power community. So the Barbell Club is more than just a gym. It is a community. Like, how important has that support system been in your journey? And this is a weird one, because you are an online, are an online client at this moment in time. And like, you probably didn't even expect that. No. To be fair, and do you know what I mean? Like, so how has it been?
It kind of pulls you in, I suppose. And one of the things that I'd mentioned, like, just before, is how I haven't been around kind of gym goers as such for years. Like, I don't know, like, if you went to a gym, like, you'd see the people who were in at the same time as you, and that would kind of be who you would see. But I would only sporadically do that around endurance at different times of the year. The rest of it, I'm out running on my own, or I've got a couple of people that I see at races, and that's about it. So it was quite nice to have this Saturday session and just get a feel of the people. And I kind of knew a little bit more about it prior because of Shell, who's been here for years. I work with her, and I shared an office with her for quite a while. So she would talk about, obviously, we'd talk about bits of training, and she was going to the gym, and then Rick, he coached one of the women in the classes that he used to teach. The women in the office went to his classes. So there was kind of like, I kind of knew about it, knew the system, and then she would talk about how there were a community. And then I suppose once you find out about your groups and the time slots and how they are together, it does just build like a little bit of accountability to those people as well. So for me, like, if I was in one of those groups and I wasn't turning up, I know that my partner is on their own for that session. So then once I start coming along on Saturday, you can see it. And I think for me, the community element as well online was you still do know people because you're on the app, you're talking to them on there. And if you, like, I comment quite a bit in some of the groups on the apps because I'm not in the small group ones. And so I thought, well, it's up to me to get something out of that and trying to communicate on that. And when you put things on, I always try to comment on it. And that's allowed me to get to know some more people and understand people's goals and things. Like on the podcast, you get to know a lot more about different people. Like, obviously found out a lot more about Lou, and she's one of ours in our 6 a.m.
She's yours.
As she was saying last
Favourite,
week.
apparently.
We'll do another one in a minute instead of everyone else, like, and just cut them in. What's the absolute way to get them chucked around in the morning. So it's allowed you to see what people get out of it, and just, it's nice to be around people that want to hear. Like I said it to Dan, like, it's not that I haven't got that many mates, but it's not that I've got any mates or no one to talk to, but it's nice doing it to people who are actually bothered about hearing what you're talking about. And,
100%,
talking about, oh God, I'm absolutely starving today. People will go, well, just go and fucking eat something. Like, what are you going on about?
Yeah.
But like people who are going through something or understand it, or I got an extra 2 kilograms on my bench today, and I'm like, oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
Great story. Whereas, like, if you're surrounded by those people who are bothered about that and understand that, you it's just a lot more quality. And there is a strong community spirit there, and I suppose that's why you've got like lifers as such, people who've been there for years and years, because they're just getting loads out of it. So it's nice to see, and just I've tried to throw myself into it a little bit and being like online, and then obviously came along for the event. I made sure I came along for that, the strong event, and got involved there and
Got involved, eh?
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah. Surprised as well. Done well on that, and that.
How well did we do?
Just one,
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was nice. That opened up a lot of conversation as well, and with different people, which was nice.
Brilliant. 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, we'll jump to the. No, actually, misconceptions about weightlifting. Like, a lot of people think of weightlifting isn't for them. Like, what would you say to someone who's hesitant to start?
Like, just start it, and like I said there just before, just give like a little commitment to it. It's the same as like anything. Like, people will say, "Oh, I don't like that," and you're like, "Have you tried it?" No. Right. Well, how can you say it? Oh, that wouldn't work for me. Well, have you tried it? No. Like, loads of people say about running, or like, "Oh, I cannot run." So when did you last try to run? Never, since I was a kid. Right, well, how do you know then? Let's start somewhere, let's build it up. And it's the same with weightlifting. Have you been in the gym? No, right, well, get yourself to an environment where you're going to get the support that you need so that you can get something out of it, which is where the likes of the barbell works really well, of the small groups, the people in there. You're not going in, if you are someone that doesn't know where to start, what to do, it's not for them, they don't think it, just go along to some of these sessions where it'll be adapted so that it does work for you and you will get something out of it. And then you'll see over time, and you'll see other people who were in there who went, it wasn't for me, I didn't think it was for me. And you see, I think you'll probably be pleasantly surprised as to how, I'd say, like, how the general public are part of these sessions. It's not, not bodybuilders. And,
it's not Instagram.
It's not. And we only see like a small snippet online, don't you? But it isn't. It's people who are just wanting to progress, want to get stronger, want to get healthier. In that, like, strength alongside your VO2 max is the only two proven things of longevity. So just having a healthier body. I seen, it was just this morning, an advert online of, it was saying like an amazing advert that was used about how it correlates to normal life, and it was someone going out on a night out. I don't know if you've seen it, and it was a woman, and she'd like went on a date, and she was like, they were like running for the taxi at one point, and then they were she was dancing, and then there was another element of it, and she was like, had to escape. It was like a comedy sketch, and she went on a blind date, and it was like terrible. So she was trying to escape out the window, like up the window, and it was showing her doing pull-ups, and it was showing her doing steps, and then it was showing her on the treadmill of like running away, and like all of these different elements where the things that you do in the gym are just a complement.
Right, okay, yes, yeah.
And if you think, like, I need to go and take the shop, like simple things like I need to go and take the shopping, I need to go move the furniture when I'm cleaning the house. Like, do people just not move the furniture when they clean the house? Do you have to ask someone to come and get the bags in from the car?
Putting your suitcase up onto something.
And that's what it's about. It's not about being on Instagram with your arse out, like well, obviously Sarah
like
always
me and
goes
you.
on about that. Wait until next week on the photo shoot. But like, it's just about being just better and a bit more independent, like, of many things in life, and just being a bit stronger, a bit healthier, building your bone density up. Because I went for a DEXA scan, I think.
Did you?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. I'd went like for a full scan because like it was because of my weight. Like my weight wasn't changing. I didn't know like if there was something a bit off, and I thought, oh, like all of this really interested. So I went for one, and I was like one marker off osteoporosis, and I was like, one of the things that anyone would say, like my mum or family or anything, I mean, touch wood, I haven't broken a bone in my body, and I'm like really dense, like I'm so heavy. And I was like, no, I can't be. And they were like, no. They were like, what do you do? And it was when I was just cycling all the time. And they were like, so you do zero strength training? I was like, yeah. She was like, do you do any impact stuff? I was like, no, I've only got time to like ride the bike. That's all I'm doing. And she was like, no, you need to start doing that. So then I started doing it, and I went back like 6 months later. I started putting a little bit of running in for some impact, which people always say is bad for you. And then a little bit of strength training, not loads, in me mark as well, like so much better. Because naturally, like, I shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
So it is so much more about overall health in like your body just lasting. And like I said, that along with VO2 is the markers of how you're going to be when you're 80-year-old. Like I still want to be moving about. Quite a lot of my family have passed quite early, and quite young. So I've got this thing in my head that I need to, like, I don't want it to be me type of thing.
Yeah, and outlive them all.
Still be that annoying dad who's still turning up. Like granddad,
I want to be that, like,
I'd definitely
great granddad at sports day, fucking with me foam roller.
I'll definitely be banned. Like, it'll be so bad. Like, I'll be wiping parents out and everything.
Well, I won like a couple of the sports days, like for the Parents' Day race, and then I remember because I remember some of the girls saying like because I didn't really ever talk to any of the mums. And I remember some of the girls get, here he goes again. Like, fucking horrible though. Yeah. And it was like, fucking hell, I'm at like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was the oldest dad there as well. Yeah. That's the bad thing. Right, then looking ahead, you're about to hit obviously a big milestone with the shoot. What's next for you? Any big goals for the future?
I have got a big, I suppose it's maintaining what I've got to then complement other things, because I didn't do any of the strength stuff before I started, and I wanted to get myself to a level where I might just maintain my strength whilst I'm focusing on something else, or like my weight just slowly, once I've got it to this point now, so like I'm down 15 kilograms at the moment, I can then, and I've sat around that 15 kilogram, it's not fluctuated, it's not like I've had a low weigh-in, I've been over 15 kilograms lighter for a couple of weeks now, where I can just maintain that throughout the year, maintain my strength. I've got a big ultra in September over in the lakes. My pal who I go out with on a Sunday, me and him always do 1 to 2 events a year. But I'm just going to maintain kind of the balance between the two and still keep up the strength training, but not. I'll still be keeping an eye on me tracking and me food, just because it's worked. But probably how I started, like sort of 12, 13 weeks, that's round about where I'll be, and just refueling me training. Just looking forward to kind of fueling some of those sessions, pushing really hard on them, and then I'll keep the rest of me food pretty much the same. But I've booked like a high Roxy sort of style event at a gym at the end of April, just so that I know that I won't stop after this. I won't stop lifting me weights and stuff. Because I'll want to turn up and do as good as I can there and just push through, So I've got some more endurance, but the main thing is that I'll not allow what I've done to drop. It'll be complementing and maintaining them both across the time. Keep the weight off.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
good man.